Hey everyone, welcome to the second episode where we are talking about Disney Gallery's The Mandalorian series. And of course, that's the behind the scenes look at this wonderful new live action series that they have made on Disney Plus. Now, the second episode deals with legacy. And here are my thoughts. This episode discusses the passion for Star Wars amongst its filmmakers over the years because of the legacy of the IP, which many other projects actually do not have. So hence very appropriate for the title Legacy, right? We also explore the challenges in being relevant to audiences across the decades while still having to maintain the same feel that is true to the style of Star Wars. And the reason for Star Wars' success could be attributed to how ahead of its time it was and how its themes from its older movies still are so relevant today. There's also the acknowledgement of spirituality in the movies. Now, it's something I really appreciate because from my experience, in general discussions, this acknowledgement is pretty rare. Now, part of discovering the legacy of Star Wars that that has left behind is also the number of new technologies and patents created in the process of making these films. So by leaving behind these new technologies for us to follow in pursuit of using these technologies for other films, it's left behind a legacy. There is a point in the last part of the episode where Dave Filoni, a director who came from Lucasfilm, a Lucasfilm that was under George Lucas's reign back then. So this guy mentions that what Lucas said to him in hopes of continuing his legacy through Disney was that he should make sure to keep Star Wars hopeful. And this was shown in Darth Vader's sacrifice for his son. And outside of all the X-Wing fights and special effects, Star Wars is essentially a movie about family and those relationships. Now, I got a sense that the whole room, as Dave was saying this, was soaking in his wisdom in a way that they were only beginning to learn how deep this story goes. It was something new to them, which makes me kind of wonder, if Disney has really managed to capture this level of depth that Dave Filoni understands in its recent Star Wars productions. And maybe that's why a lot of the fans have been complaining about it, because it feels like, speaking of legacy, this legacy hasn't been followed through. The legacy has sort of been broken with the new three latest films in the Skywalker saga. What are your thoughts about this? Speaking of legacy, let me know in the comments below. And as usual, thank you so much for watching this episode. Till the next episode of Disney Dust, this is DisneyDwayne here. Be sure to subscribe and give this video a thumbs up. See you next time.